Why, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to a random review. I am Random Ross, and today I review Black Phone 2. So, the Black Phone 2 is written by Scott Derrickson and C. Robert Cargill, and directed by Scott Derrickson once again, based on the characters by Joe Hill, Stephen King's son, and it stars Manson Thames, Madeleine McGraw, Jeremy Davis, Damien Breachshire, and Ethan Hawke. So, as Finn, now 17, struggles with life after his captivity, his sister Gwen begins receiving calls in her dreams from the Black Phone and seeing disturbing visions of three boys being stalked in the winter camp known as Alpine Lake, as the grabber, Ethan Hawke, returns from beyond the grave to bring terror once again. So this is set 4 years after the events of the first film. It's a sequel to 2022's Black Phone, which is based off the short story by Joe Hill, Stephen King's son. And in this is not based on any book or source material. This is purely written with the characters in there. Because of the success of the first film, they thought, let's make a sequel. And you know what? I thought this was actually quite a well done sequel. Yeah, it had everything I'd expected from the trailers. And also I thought, that the first one had supernatural elements in there with the kids contacting Finn through the Black Phone. Sure, let's bring the grabber back as a supernatural entity, and they do that. So in this, we also get a bit of a backstory with the grabber. We actually find out his name is, in fact, Wild Bill. Or, Billy. As the kids from the Visions carve it in on the ice, Wild Bill. And we get a phone booth again with a black phone in it where the grabber is taunting Finn and his sister Gwen. For all this, we already established that his sister Gwen had some sort of psychic vision that she inherited from their mother. And in this, she brings it to full tuition where she has these visions of these three missing kids buried within the lake that's frozen. And also, I thought there was one scene in there where I was like, has the grabber been taking a few notes from Freddy's book with the nightmares and that thing? But yeah, I like that they got, all the the cast from the first movie back, including Ethan Hawke as the antagonistic grabber. I don't think I've seen Ethan Hawke in a horror sequel. I've definitely seen him in sequels in the Before trilogy, but returning to a horror role, because Ethan Hawke actually didn't really like horror movies, or doesn't like horror movies, I don't know, but horror wasn't his forte, but he returned in this one to be the grabber, and you know what? He did a great job. Of course, the grabber, have him supernatural this time, have him, be up there with probably among the many other supernatural killers out there like Freddy, Jason, Michael, what have you. Sure, I like the mask that the grabber wore, still that same chilling mask, only when he removed it this time, he revealed gruesome, bloody stuff as well. Also, this one, they really upped the gore in this as well, the gore and the violence and the horror. In fact, so much that this one was up to an 18. The first one I watched being a 15, this one, they upped the ante by making it an 18. And you know what? I thought, sure, gory, this the better. This is what, a horror sequel should have, some more gore in there. They should up things a bit, and they do that. This is probably what I expected from a sequel and a bit more. Was it as good or better than the first one? Well, the first one kind of was like static. It was always mostly a good portion of it was confined to the basement where Finn was being imprisoned by the grabber. But this one, they go out to a different location, to a snowy, wintry landscape. And I thought, change of place and that, it worked, I thought. Also, we get a bit of a backstory into the grabber, that they called him Wild Bill, and he was a maintenance guy at this camp that they go to investigate these strange visions that Gwen keeps having. We also get, a little friend who sort of serves as a bit of a love interest to Gwen, called, is it, Yeah, Ernesto. Yeah, he's alright in it. Doesn't really do much there. But I also like our kid actors in this. Our kid actors did a great job. Manson Thames, is that his name? Has been making it quite big in Hollywood, as of this, from doing the first Black film to starring alongside Gerard Butler in the How to Train Your Dragon remake, to that upcoming you know romantic drama Regretting You that doesn't really interest me, but he's in that with a few big names: McKenna Grace, Dave Franco, Alison Williams, and that Scott Eastwood. Um, yeah, I think he's got a bright future ahead of him. He's about what? How old is he? He's about 18, and yeah, I think he's got a good, promising career behind him. And also Madeleine McGraw. McGraw, is that her name? Uh, Playing his sister Gwen. She did a great job too. I think these young actors, if they choose to continue acting in acting and what have you, I think they got good careers in front of them, because I actually thought they were quite good in it. Yeah, they did have a few flaws with being young to the industry and that, but they build on it. Like I say, Ethan Hawke returning as the grabber was brilliant. I thought this was just a good sequel. Will we get a third movie? I don't know. Do we need to franchise it any further? Possibly. I don't know. I like that this was set in the 80s. This had an 80s setting. The first one set in 1978. Yeah, if it's 4 years later. So we see it set in the 80s this time. Not that it really changes much of the film. Their father in it is a better character this time, because in the first one he was a bit of a drunk, didn't really, but after Finn's kidnapping and attempt on being killed by the grabber, he changes his views and becomes a better dad to the kids. But yeah, this film's just under 2 hours, so it's not a mega long film. Like I say, it's over the hour and a half point, but under the 2 hour mark, which I thought I liked, which I liked. There was not many pacing issues with it. I mean, yeah, there were moments where we did go into like the old Super 8 vision, which brought me back to Sinister, which is the movie that introduced me to Scott Derrickson anyway. And yeah, the fact that Ethan Hawke and Scott Derrickson and the rest of the gang got back together to make this sequel, I think worked in their favour. So this is definitely not the worst horror film of this year. I'm going to definitely put it up there as one of my best horrors of this year when we get to the end of that year. But yeah, Black Phone 2. Yeah, I enjoyed it, and it had some good stuff going for it. I mean, yeah, there were a few itsy bitsy small flaws here and there, a few moments where I did feel a bit meh, but other than that, I thought it was quite a solid sequel, which, in my opinion, is quite rare. I don't know if any other people liked it the way I did, but I did. There were the few jump scares as well. There was one jump scare that did get me, but this is everything that Sinister 2 wasn't. Sinister clearly proved it was a one and done deal. Black Phone, though, yeah, I actually thought this was a decent one. So, ratings. What will I rate Black Phone 2? I will give it, I'll give it a 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 for, Black Phone 2. So there you go. Have you seen it? Did you enjoy it the way I did? Do you think it's a good sequel? Let me know all that down below in the comments. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Share with your friends and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. You've been Random Ross, and this has been a random review. And I don't usually review horror content on this channel. I have a whole channel for that. But it's October as of making this one, so my channel's up to its neck in content, 31 days and what have you. So yeah, I'll probably post my review of the Black Phone 2 on that channel in November when I play catch up or something with other horrors. Anyway, yeah, that's it for this one. So be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell if I haven't said that already. And until next time, I bid you all a goodbye, friends. Goodbye.